Hello, my name is Amy Palmer and I'm a youth ambassador for Suffolk Wildlife Trust. I've always enjoyed nature and I really hope that one day everyone will be able to experience it without having to pay ridiculous prices or travelling too far. Nature is good for our mental health and is a really good way to de-stress, and being an ambassador for Suffolk Wildlife Trust has helped me realise that.
Hi, I'm Anne-Lee and I'm 16 years old. My vision for a wilder Suffolk would be more areas of land left to nature and allowed to flourish. This would mean more diverse, shy species would begin to inhabit them and help boost Suffolk's biodiversity. It would also encourage more plant and animal species to these areas, which had previously been scared off or don't inhabit much of Suffolk currently. Communities and families would be able to enjoy these beautiful areas, which would help encourage them to help out where they can around Suffolk's environment.
My name is Evie and I'm 15 years old. My vision for a wilder Suffolk is one where everyone cares about nature and the climate and takes action where they live and across the county to make a difference so that wildlife is thriving in towns and the countryside, including the coast. Nature is for everyone, not just people who know about nature or who visit nature reserves. Nature is everywhere and for everyone, and it needs our help.
My hopes for a wilder Suffolk is that there'll be more trees and people will enjoy being outside more. As a person that grew up in a very, I'd say, urban part of Suffolk, you don't see a lot of people going outside, going to woodlands, going to parks, just enjoying being outside. So my hope for a wilder Suffolk is that people will actually spend some time with their families going outside more in a place that's actually sustainable and that will last a really long time. That's what I want for a wilder Suffolk.
My vision for a wilder Suffolk is to increase wildlife populations. More land needs to be used as wildlife meadows and more hedges require planting. For household promotions to put up bird boxes in the garden would be fantastic. Community projects will involve schools, workplaces and village greens creating wildlife areas to attract bees and other insects. On a larger scale, policies to encourage the public to involve themselves in environmental projects are necessary.
Looking back at historic maps, it is disturbingly clear as to how many woodlands and hedgerows have been lost. We need to use these historic views as a model and recreate a wider countryside in Suffolk. Hedgerows need to be allowed to grow where practical, verges need to be managed less intensively, and greater protection needs to be put in place for our woodlands and established hedgerows. Replanting is extremely important as our crucial wildlife corridors must be reinstated to enable our wildlife to survive.
Hi, my name is Irene and my vision for a wilder Suffolk is one where our natural habitats, be they wetlands, woodlands and more, are better connected through wildlife corridors like thick hedgerows to make more space for nature. I think we need to reduce the level of pollution in our rivers to make sure aquatic life is not harmed and so people can enjoy these areas too at bathing water sites. I want there to be more opportunities for people of all backgrounds and all parts of Suffolk to get outdoors and experience the wildlife this county has to offer.
I am James, I am 30 years old and my vision for wilder Suffolk covers education, housing, farming and community. I want a county where learning about wildlife in detail is on the curriculum from everyone years 5 to 9, encouraging more conservation in the school ground and at home and more active involvement in our reserves. There will be accessible wild pockets of land in more urban areas where people can connect with nature and put this education into action. Housing developers will genuinely include wildlife in their plans, with swift bricks in every house. Even in affordable housing, there will be compulsory green areas nearby, benefiting the community and wildlife. Sustainable and ecological farming will be prioritised and all our agricultural landowners will be educated on the benefits. This Suffolk will regard nature in all our actions, will be buzzing with wildlife reserves and urban rewilding, which will be accessible to all people from all walks of life across Suffolk. A creative, friendly and inclusive community for people and nature.
Hello, my name is Lydia Damport and I'm 14 years old. My vision with a wilder Suffolk would see people and wildlife coexisting in a sustainable ecosystem. I would like to achieve this vision by having grassroots becoming the norm on new building projects. This would help have a very valuable and sustainable place for wildlife to go, and it will help insulate homes. We can achieve this vision by campaigning. This is a really good place to share the facts, and you can also teach the youth about it, and they can get on by an early age. That would help them carry it on to their adulthood.
Hi, I'm Megan, and my vision for a wilder Suffolk is a place where our habitats are connected, from wildflower meadows and woodlands inland to heathlands and reed beds on our coast, so wildlife can move freely. But nature shouldn't only be found on reserves, but become a part of our everyday lives, with new green areas in housing developments and spaces in gardens set aside for wildlife. And most importantly, we educate local communities about how to protect their natural areas, so these habitats remain for generations to come.
Hi, I'm Molly and I'm a member of the Youth Board. My vision for a wilder Suffolk is for more residents to feel that they can access natural areas, as I believe that many people feel disconnected from their local natural green spaces. I also envisage the residents of Suffolk having an increased awareness of the beautiful array of species that the county has to offer. There is so much natural beauty in our area that often goes unnoticed.
Hi, I'm Rowan Black, I'm 21 years old, and my vision for a wilder Suffolk is a county which is nationally renowned and extremely proud of its amazing green spaces we already have. But I also want to see Suffolk have more green spaces which are bigger and better for nature and the species which live there. And I'd love to see these sites connected by green corridors, creating a green spiderweb across a largely arable county. But I think this idea of connectivity between spaces is about connecting people within that process as well. So making sure that these sites are accessible to the everyday person. For example, making sure there are bus routes or other public transport routes which are clearly available for everyone to use, so people who don't have a car or younger people can access these locations. But it's also about bringing nature to them, so creating green hotspots within our urban areas and bringing in conversations around sustainability, eco-consciousness into the everyday rhetoric and how we live our lives.